It's a sad world we live in, where a Surron is the rarest bike you can buy. And that makes no sense. Surron is one of the most prolific e-bikes ever made. How did they become so rare? Well, Surron made the decision to no longer allow online sales of their bikes and instead only sell through authorized powersport dealerships with physical storefronts. I'm not saying you can't order a Surron online, but the odds of getting scammed or left without warranty are extremely high. That means most places in the country, you simply cannot buy this bike. I can't think of any other e-bike that you can't order online. Even the Stark Varg can be delivered anywhere in the country. In my eyes, that makes Surron the rarest bike, especially the new ones. And this is the newest 2025 Surron X. It's the first bike since my first Surron that I actually bought in person, because that's the only way you can buy them now. Pro Powersports in Fontana has all the 2025 colors: purple, blue, green, and black. Green is the exclusive 2025 color. I think it looks awesome, so that's what I bought. But first, having the 2024 and 2025 Surrons next to each other, you can see some of the biggest upgrades from the Surron factory in almost 8 years. The grips used to be gray, now they're black with a little honeycomb. The brakes used to be mineral oil, now they are DOT oil with braided hoses. The rear shock pulled a Michael Jackson on us. Yeah. And the forks are a different color. I'm not sure if they're also different inside though. Yeah. The seat looks like this now, more of a gel feel, and the rear wheel went from 19 inches to 18 inches with a more knobby rear tire. The biggest change of all is the increase in power. For the first time in 8 years, they have increased the power from 6 kilowatts to 8 kilowatts. And it also has a new number plate. This is one of the most beautiful stock bikes I've ever seen, and it's really exciting to see Surron finally improving on the OG design. But to make it even more beautiful, I'm doing a couple things. Firstly, I'm removing all the decals. The yellow just does not match the bike's color, and I think the bike looks a lot cleaner without them. And before I do some quick cosmetic upgrades, I just need to unleash Michael Jackson, remove the license plate, and remove the chain guard. I think it looks cleaner without both of them. Here's some of the things I got. I got a beautiful matte carbon fiber battery lid from Flow Carbon. I'm replacing the stock pegs with fresh prickly pegs. They look and work way better. I did black with silver spikes. I also got a prickly belt cover, stunning, and it's time to throw them on. You can see the stock belt cover is plastic with yellow accents. You can paint just the yellow part, but I'm upgrading the whole thing. It looks so much better now. The piece that holds the peg is called the clevis, and since I'm installing black pegs, the clevises would look wrong without also having a glossy black finish. So I'm putting the pegs on with painted clevises, and they look fire. The stock battery cover is just kind of boring, but I do love the Surron logo, so I'm gonna keep that. I'm removing the lid, the latch, and the logo, and swapping them over to the Flow Carbon lid. The Surron is $4,500, so I need to compare it to the E-Ride Pro 3.0, which is $500 more for almost double the power. The E-Ride Pro has 3 regen levels and reverse. The Surron has neither. It has 2 USB ports. The Surron has 1. It has a light switch for the headlight and tail light. The Surron cannot turn its lights off. It has low bars. The E-Ride Pro has riser bars, and the brakes on the E-Ride Pro are larger than the Surron brakes. It comes with dual sport tires. The Surron comes with knobbies. The Surron has a 1-inch smaller rear wheel and is considerably lighter than the E-Ride Pro 3.0, but with half the power at 8 kilowatts compared to the 15 kilowatts of power on the E-Ride Pro 3.0. Besides the power, the biggest difference is that the Surron can only be purchased from a physical storefront, whereas the E-Ride Pro can be ordered from Ronster rides and delivered anywhere in America. Now at 8 kilowatts of power, I need to compare the Surron to the RTR, which is also 8 kilowatts of power, but $1,500 cheaper. The RTR has much smaller wheels, which makes it look smaller than it is. It's pretty close in size to the Surron. Here you can see my riding position on the Surron versus the RTR. Surron, RTR. The RTR has 3 power modes. The Surron has 2. The Surron has lights. The RTR does not. Both the Surron and the RTR have steel braided brake tubes with DOT oil. The Surron is 60 volts and the RTR is 72 volts, which makes the RTR more easily upgraded with just a controller compared to the Surron. But these bikes are in totally different classes. You've got the Surron class, which is named after Surron. It trailblazed this entire category. And you've got the pit bike class, where the RTR is currently king. Now, before we race these bikes, it's time for Jim's White Delight. I'm cracking these coconuts open with this badass knife to pour out the water, splitting them in half and scooping out the schmeat.
Toss it in the dirt
with a little bit of salt for the perfect white delight. Let's start this out with a drag race. I got my boots on today. I damn near broke my toe in the last video. We got the 2025 Surron X and Jim on his E-Ride Pro 3.0 from Ronster rides. It's not really a fair race. It's a $500 more expensive bike with almost double the power. But these are my two favorite bikes in this class, 3.0 and Surron X. Let's give them a race. Jim, you're in sport mode. Well, there we go. That is 8 kilowatts on the Surron. Let's see top speed here. It's saying 80 kilometers an hour. Just getting dusted by the 3.0. Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit more than it used to be. I guess I've just been riding 72 volt or upgraded bikes for so long that this is underwhelming. It's definitely a little bit more than it used to be out of the box. But this is why Surrons are so popular to upgrade. They're beautiful. They've got a great build, a great design. But if you want to be that fast, you got to put some money into them. What's up, dude?
I was just thinking about if I saw you. It's such a pleasure to meet you.
Are you trying to race?
Yeah, you're gonna smoke.
No, I'm not. I think we're gonna go the same speed.
Is this upgraded?
No, stock.
Is it a new color?
Yeah, it's the new 2025.
Yeah, I'm down to race.
Jim, you're cheating. You better back up a little bit. So we got the 3.0, 2025 Surron, and a triple X. 3, 2, 1, go. Up against the triple X. It is so close. I think he let off the throttle a little bit. We're matched. Now he's pulling away. Look at that. The Talaria Triple X is faster than the 2025 8 kilowatt Surron X. So that's faster than the Surron. How much did this cost you?
3.1K, and it's like a year old and has like 2,000 miles on it.
I'm kind of offended that you think it looks ugly, but it's okay.
Don't like the color. Is that a new seat that they put on?
Yeah, it's a new seat, new forks.
It's like really good.
Thank you. I like the color too. He thinks he doesn't like it. Okay, so it's 50-50, to each their own. Actually, it's 2-to-1 right now. It definitely needs more power, but just like the potential of this platform is king. Taking it into the dirt. There's a dope little pit bike track up here. No way. I'm gonna hit this berm. This exists. I had no idea this was here.
Where'd Jim go?
Man, that's a question I ask a lot. Yo, I'm coming back here. This is cool. He said this might go all the way to the ocean.
Lit the fire when you doubt it, now I'm all in. Put me with the best, bring the stars in.
75 kilometers an hour on the display. This is the name brand in the category. It's the best quality packaging. It's the most beautiful frame. When I was unboxing this, it felt like I was unboxing an Apple product. It was really nice. I'm gonna get some air on this. They invented this whole thing. This did not exist before Surron came here in 2017. And ever since then, everyone's wanted a piece of the pie. And somehow Surron's maintained its crown, I would say, in most ways, besides power at this point. 6 kilowatts was impressive in 2017 when this bike came out. It was. 8 kilowatts in 2025 is not impressive on a bike this big when you can get an RTR that's 8 kilowatts or a Triple X that's, I think, 8 kilowatts at least, because it's smoking this. Not smoking, but it is a little bit faster. If it's your first bike, you don't want 15 kilowatts. You can't handle 15 kilowatts. It was my first e-bike in this class, so I definitely recommend it. I was just out here on the 3.0, and with these turns you slow down and then you speed up, so you want a lot of power, and you have to full throttle this to feel like you're coming out of these turns with any power. But the suspension's very cushy, maybe too cushy. I might have to tighten it. The tires feel good. The smaller rear wheel, I can't tell you I really notice it, but it should be better. Better geometry, better grip. The last time I got a Surron was my 2024 Now What video. Before I even got the bike, I already had about $3,000 worth of upgrades for it. Because that's just kind of what you have to do with these Surrons. They're really good bikes, but they need the upgrades. And then that's why Uri Pro came into the scene. And they were like, why would you buy a $4,500 bike and $3,000 of upgrades to make it feel just as good as our $5,500 bike? And at this point, I can't help but agree. If I was in the market, for a beginner bike and I really didn't want all that power any more than this, then this is a great bike. But if this is not your first bike, or you just know you're gonna want more, then save yourself some time and money and consider a 3.0 from Ronster Rides. This bike might not even be an option for you. There's only like 7 dealerships in the country that have these right now. I'm sure there's more, but they're not authorized. So what happens when you have warranty issues? They're not gonna be able to get you parts. See, now more technical trails like this feels great. Very light, nimble. I know the camera's not doing this justice. This is pretty crazy riding. It's not just a bike. I bow down to the Surron. I'm a little nervous getting back up. It was pretty steep coming down, so. Full throttle, come on, you got it. Oh. Man, Jim did not make that look easy. Let's see if I can do it a little faster. I don't know what it is. I felt way more confident on the 3.0. I don't know if it was the tires or the geometry, maybe the power. I feel much less confident on the Surron, which feels so wrong to say. Surron has sort of lost its place in the market as far as power and price go. For just a little bit more, you can get a bike with double the power. And for a lot of bit less, you can get a bike with the same amount of power. So who would I recommend the Surron to? Because it's an amazing bike. I would recommend it to you if you want a slow bike, no offense, or you want a bike that you know you're going to be upgrading a bunch. In which case, it is an amazing platform to build off of. Easily my favorite platform to build off of. The geometry, the frame, it's just amazing. And there's a huge aftermarket for these bikes. Like, you can get anything you want for the Surron.
If you live within driving distance of a dealer that carries the Surron, definitely consider it. There are faster, more powerful, better deal bikes out there at this point, but they all owe it to the Surron. The Surron's the OG. The Surron paved the way for everybody. So shout out to Surron. As always, thank you so much for watching until the end. I'll stay tuned.
I'm on my